Hey guys, what's up? It's Denver and I'm back with another vehicle walk around. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the M235i Gran Coupe. So we just got this vehicle in and I wanted to go over and show you guys what the vehicle is all about. The other day I did the 228 and now it's time to do the upgraded M235i. So BMW has really stepped it up with the new 2 Series Gran Coupe, making a lot of their upgraded features now standard on this model. First thing would be the panoramic sunroof. As you can see, a very large sunroof. Next one would be the power folding mirrors come standard, as well as auto dimming for nighttime driving on the exterior and the interior mirrors. Another feature they included was the driver's memory electronic seats are a standard feature, as well as the proximity sensors for the front and rear bumpers for when you're parking. As you can see, what's going off there is as I walk away from the vehicle, it automatically locks, and as I come closer back to it, it automatically unlocks, so that I never need to take my keys out of my pocket. So this is the M235i Gran Coupe. Now it's a bit upgraded from the 228i. They bumped the horsepower up from 228 horsepower to 302 horsepower and 332 foot-pounds of torque. They also take all the M Sport additions that you can get on the 228 and they make them standard on this vehicle. So you'll notice a more aggressive bumper for the M Standard, as well as a different grille. Coming around to the side, you're going to notice the M Performance wheels and the M Performance brakes that are on there, as well as the little M badge on the side, just to let you know that it is an M package vehicle. And you're also getting the rear spoiler and the rear bumper with that diffuser and the different exhausts. So those are some of the features that get added on stock to the M235i. It also receives a heated steering wheel. So this version of the M235i comes in the black sapphire metallic with the magma red Dakota perforated leather on the inside. It's also a Heya Spec 2 package. So what that means is that it's going to include remote engine start, universal remote control, comfort access, lumbar support, storage compartment package, full adaptive LED headlights, and the active cruise control with stop and go, and parking assist, heads-up display, Harman Kardon sound systems, connected package professional, wireless charging with extended Bluetooth, as well as the live cockpit professional full LCD gauge cluster, a Wi-Fi hotspot, and the M Sport seats. All of that comes included in the Heya Package 2. Alright, now I'm going to do my walk around of the video, show you guys the ins and outs of this vehicle and all the little cool things. We're going to start with popping the hood. And I'm not sure if you know this or not, but on BMW, they've now changed their pull system so that it's always a 2-pull from the inside, and there's no more latches underneath the actual hood. So as you can see, it's very similar to the 228, except it's getting a new M Performance badge. More horsepower, M power right there. So it is the front wheel drive layout with the xDrive system in this vehicle. Very similar to the X1 and the X2 vehicles. Now at the front, these are the full LED adaptive headlights. So what that means is as you come up on the road and you're behind somebody, instead of it just turning the high beams off, it's actually going to split the high beam to go past the vehicle to always give as much light as possible. If someone's in the incoming lane, it's going to slowly start turning the light to the left to stay ahead of that vehicle, at the last moment shut off the left side and then turn back on. So your high beams are always on, providing as much light as possible on the road. Now down here you'll notice there's a little square, more like a rectangle. What this is for your active stop and go cruise control. So radar comes out from there and it senses the vehicle in front of you and determines whether it should accelerate or decelerate as it follows that vehicle. So now when you're sitting in the long traffic and you're on the brake, off the brake, this is going to help you because it's going to do all of that for you. So all you have to do is steer the vehicle and it's going to do gas and brake following in that traffic. If you're ever stuck on the DVP or the 401, you need that feature, and once you have it, you can't go back. All right, so next on the side, you'll notice it's a lot more aggressive with the vents, and this is the M Sport bumper, taking in all the wind and bringing it to cool the brakes. And then you're gonna notice that it is the larger M Sport brakes with the M Sport wheels, and they're sitting on the Bridgestone Performance tires. Now, on the rear, the brakes also go to the back, as well as the rear discs are also vented discs to help disperse as much weight or heat as possible. Now, a cool little thing I noticed here is that BMW actually has this small little plastic trim here. It's kind of common. You'll see it on some vehicles. What it is when they make the shape of the body, they do have to pass certain regulations in Canada and the States in order to be certified for the road. And what this simplifies is that the wheels are sticking out a little farther than the body, and they just need to add that little bit of trim there to make sure that the fender is completely covering the wheel so that it's safe for our roads. Coming around to the back, you do have the M235i in a slightly different tone, and your extra symbol over here. Now, as you get down lower, you can see the rear diffuser with the dual exhaust on either sides. And then there's your rear view camera. Interesting thing is, when you click here, it's not an automatic trunk, it's just gas-powered shocks, but it does have enough pressure to go up all the way. Now, when you're looking in the trunk, you'll notice that it is a flat lid here. There isn't a normal kind of going into your trunk area since it is a Gran Coupe. Then you have an extra storage unit down here if you want to store anything. A little compartment on the side there, as well as some levers here for the back seats. Now, I did notice that when you pull the lever, it doesn't seem to fold the seats down. It does only just kind of pop and release them, so you still have to press and go in the other side to get them out. Now, you will notice that there is a little bit of a vent here to allow some of the air to escape from the rear wheels. And then you can also see here the BMW courtesy light. As you enter your vehicle, that's going to pop out, and it shines down from the mirror there. Now, before I hop into the driver's seat, I'm just going to take a seat in the back just to see how much space we have back there. So as you can see, the ambient lighting is lit up right away as soon as you enter in the vehicle. And you can see that nice Magna red Dakota leather in the back. So I'm a pretty full-size person, about 6 foot, and I don't really have any problem sitting back here. I think this seat's a little far back, it could go forward a bit, but I mean, it'd be comfortable, and if my friend's picking me up in one of these cars, I have no problem sitting back here. The ambient lighting in the trim panel is really cool. Really adds a notch of luxury to the vehicle. You also notice that there's 2 USB-C chargers here, which will be very convenient since a lot of the new technology coming out are coming with USB chargers. So you have 2 charging ports back here for your passengers to use, as well as a vent. And it also has that center armrest here with the 2 extra cup holders for anybody in the back seats. This one does seem to have the M stitching on the seat belts, as well as there's a 3rd seat belt up here that can come down. It's going to connect right there for you to allow for you to have that third passenger. And then if you don't need it, it does disconnect, and you can put it back up. And tuck it out of the way. The back seats also have light controls right here that you can use, and with the panoramic sunroof open, it's very nice. Alright, now I'm going to hop into the front seat. So, a nice feature with any of the BMWs that are on the iDrive 7 and they have comfort access, they're also going to have passive entry. So as soon as you walk away from the vehicle with your key, it automatically locks the door, and as soon as you come close to the vehicle with the key, the doors automatically unlock once you get here. So you can really leave your key in the pocket, and now not only does it have the standard comfort access on the door handle, but you don't even need to use that anymore because it automatically does it for you. Okay, so now I'm going to hop in on the driver's seat and show you guys what the cockpit looks like on this vehicle. So you can see the nice Dakota leather. You have the new door handles as well as your memory seats. All your window controls and your mirror controls. you have your trunk access button here, as well as on your seat you have your lumbar support, and this button as well is going to fold in the sides of the seat to affect the bolstering to hold you tighter in. And then you can have the option to pull this forward if you like. It does have the M235 badge right there, as well as there's the hood pull, and then there's another little storage compartment right here for you to put some things in. Pretty good sized space, to be honest. On the left side of the dash here, you're gonna have all of your light controls here. I usually just leave mine on automatic and let it do its thing. Over here, you do have your turn signal control with your automatic high beam button right there, and then your BC to cycle through the information on the gauge. So media, if you want nothing, lets you know your fuel efficiency, how many kilometers are on the car, plus your trip. Now this one's cool. You can see the horsepower and torque ratings of the vehicle. And that's a G-force meter, so you can see how the gravitational pull is, whether you're accelerating, decelerating, or taking a corner. And then back to music. So with this full LCD screen, you can really have everything that's going to be there. Then you have the interior door panel lighting. Now this is the M Sport leather steering wheel that you're seeing here, with the heated steering wheel button right here, and your active cruise control on the side here. So once you set your cruise control, you can determine how close you want to be to the person. On the right side, you're getting all your menu options. If you want to change your songs, it is going to pop up in the center of the cluster there. As well, on the heads-up display, it's hard to see because of the whole camera thing, but you can see the heads-up display there. It's cycling through the playlists. Now, coming over to your right side, you do have your infotainment screen, and then coming down, you have your heated seats, and then all of your auto air controls for your dual climate zone. And then coming down a little bit farther is your radio controls for your volume and your presets. Interesting thing that BMW does is your presets don't only have to be for radio. So if we click on 1 here, it's going to automatically go to car settings. If we click on 2 here, it's automatically going to navigation. So you can set these to anything that you want them, and not just a radio station. Now coming down a little bit farther, we have the wireless charging tray for the vehicle, as well as you have your USB-C port for charging, as well as some ambient lighting coming down here. You can see the blue, your 2 cup holders, and then your iDrive controller and your transmission controller. On the left here, you're going to have your traction control button down with your proximity parking distance buttons, your vehicle engine on off button for if you're at long red lights, your vehicle engine start stop, sport mode, comfort mode, eco mode, and your auto hold. So the new 2 Series Gran Coupe does have the electronic parking brake, so it does have the function that when you come to a red light, it can automatically hold the brake for you and allow you to take your foot off the brake so you're not holding it the whole time. As you can see, the interior trim is a very nice feature. It does come with 6 different colors that you can go to. So I'm just going to change some of them here for you to see. You have orange, bronze, white, blue, green, and lilac. So you can adjust all of those from in the infotainment screen, as well as your click select here for your safety, intelligent safety. So you can have all of them on, or you can configure them so that some of them are on. You can configure individual, so your lane departure early, front collision, steering intervention, blind spot monitoring. This vehicle has all of those to keep you safe on the road. The new iDrive 7, you have your media, your communications, your nav, your car, your apps. So some cool things when you're going in here. So for driving information, I don't know if you guys know this, but you can have energy flow. So you can see where is the energy going. And you have your sport gauges, so you can see your turbo PSI, what's your oil temperature, your G meter to see your forces, and your torque rating and horsepower ratings as you're on the road. Cool other features about this. You can make sure your vehicle's up to date. Going into settings, you can have your general settings, so wireless charging tray. You can leave an alert for your wireless charging tray to remind you that your car is in your phone. You have your personal assistant. So when you touch the BMW button, the speech, you have iSpeech. You can also just say, hey, BMW, and it's going to listen to your command. You can also change it to Fred if you don't like BMW, or Veronica, or whatever you really like. You can have the options to change pretty much everything in your vehicle. You can have speed warnings, fatigue and focus alerts. Interesting thing is you can change engine sound. So if you want it to be sporty, balanced, or be more quiet, you can change that through. So I have it rated on depending on driving mode. So when you're in the sport mode, it's going to be an extra sporty engine sound. And then when you go back to eco, it's going to be as quiet as possible. Remote software upgrades. So all the softwares that's going to come for the new iDrive 7s are over the air. So you don't have to come back to your dealership to get anything upgraded. You can also configure your driving modes if you want your steering, sport, engine, or transmission, everything how you want it. As well as this vehicle does have the sport paddle shifters for you to use. For the exterior lighting, you can set your welcome door handles, your welcome goodbye, pathway lighting for 20 seconds. Driver's assist, you can go into safety and warning, everything that was there, speed assist, parking and maneuvering. As well as steering wheel feedback. You can change the vibration that's going to happen in the steering wheel that you get back for your safety systems. On your displays, you have your heads-up display, so you can display a lot of information on your heads-up. You can change the brightness, the height, the rotation. If you want a navigation, driver's assist package, you can even have sport gauges. Next one would be your comfort door access, so full mirrors in when it's locked, as well as for the comfort access, unlock when approaching and lock when walking away. Best features on here. Interior lighting is how you change your trim options, your climate control. So if you want to set preconditioning ventilation, so say you leave work every time and you want it to vent the air before you get in your car in the summertime, you can set your departure time, and you can even set your remote engine start. You can synchronize the air, and then your key button. So all door, when you unlock your key fob, it unlocks all doors. And then you can even go into car carrying. So even has what's called revitalization and relax mode. So you can kind of put these on these modes and it will adjust to make you comfortable. You have your driver's profiles, and then even an owner's manual. So if you want to know how to do anything, you can just do a quick keyword search. You can watch some videos. You can do a lot of stuff with the new iDrive 7. So that's pretty much it for the iDrive 7. Now up here you have your universal remote control, so any garage door you can put in there, as well as this is an auto dimming mirror. Up here you have your controls for the sunroof and the interior lights. And then moving in, there is a center console that opens up, and there's another USB-C charging port in there. You have your glove box, lots of space in there. And that is pretty much everything for the interior. So as you can see, beautiful Magna Red Dakota perforated leather with the M Sport seats here. So it is a little bit late right now while I'm taking this walk around video. So what I'm going to do is when I come into work tomorrow, I'm going to go take one for a test drive, hook up the GoPro, and give you guys a feel for a road test on this car. Hey guys, it's Denver and I'm back for the road test today. So as you'll notice, got the car here. I'm actually going to demonstrate the remote car starter. So you're just going to touch the lock button on the BMW key 3 times. And there it goes. Remote starter activates and it gets it warmed up ready for us. Alright guys, got the car warmed up in here now. Once you do activate your remote starter, when you get in, you do need to put your foot on the brake pedal and then press that start stop engine button. Then the whole car, it's gonna come alive for you. Everything's unlocked. I'm gonna let the car warm up a little bit, get my temperature setting, the phone on the wireless charging pad down here. All right, let's get out and go for a road test. Steering wheel's warm already. Heated seats are getting there. Doors automatically lock once you start going, and that is changed in the settings. So if you don't want it to do that, you can turn that off in the settings. And take it easy for a little bit, let the car warm up. It is still pretty cold.
nice. I still have it in comfort mode. Suspension's comfortable. I do notice right away that you can see and feel it's smaller than the 3 Series. So the 3 Series definitely feels a lot wider when you're inside it. Not to say it's a bad thing. I mean, I do feel the 3 Series is getting pretty big. You don't necessarily need all that space. So the 2 Series Gran Coupe is now bringing it back down to the actual size that you need without, you know, getting too big. Not bad. Good pickup. Accelerates right away. That turbo definitely doesn't have any lag. I'd say it doesn't have any lag, but you just don't really notice it. It's not like when the other turbocharger engines start coming out, where you're on the power, then boom, you got this boost, where now it's just really gradual. Heated steering wheel is definitely warmed up for me. I'm gonna turn that off. Alright, so I do want to change the camera angle, give you guys a view of what I'm seeing here. Before I do that, I think I'm going to try out this parking assistant, see if we can get this car to park for me. That's pretty cool. Look, Ma, no hands. It's gonna do itself. I'm gonna drive forward, make the correction. Pretty convenient if you know, you're very nervous about backing in, don't want to get too tight. So it does send proximity sensors out to make sure that there's enough room, and then backs you into the spot. Oh wow, that's cool. Alright, I'm going to change the camera angle over here. Looks like it automatically puts on the parking brake and puts it into park for you. Change the camera angle here, give you guys a view of what I'm seeing. Alright. The phone back in the wireless charging tray. Put it in drive, car comes back alive. And let's get going. Alright, so let's start. Yeah, let's just drive in comfort mode. Oh, really good pickup. Very nice. Brilliant. Clear the windshield up a bit. Seems someone turned the heads-up display off, so I want to bring that back. Just quickly go into settings, displays, heads-up display, turn heads-up display on. Perfect. Heads-up display is back to life now. Brakes are very good. Wow, excellent. Oh, heated seat is very warm now. That's 300 horsepower. The music off. Woo! This is a fun little car. Now BMW did switch over to a front wheel drive layout with an all wheel drive platform. And to be honest, I was a little hesitant at first. I've always loved BMW for being rear wheel drive, but I can't even tell which way the engine is configured, because I just, all four wheels are just giving me power wherever it needs it, and I can't even tell where it's coming from. Let's see a little bit more of the handling. Oh yeah, just hogging the road. Oh, and the brakes are planted. This car's just staying at 5,000 RPM, not even trying to shift. Wow, very nice. I love it. The whole time it was going around the corner, the RPM was staying at 5,000. It wasn't trying to upshift. It just holds the RPMs. As you can see, I just want to test the corners. Wow, awesome brakes. Those M Performance brakes, you can really tell. RPM, just holding it in second gear coming around this corner. Woo! Up to speed in no time. Yeah, I mean, you can just merge on the highway, not even worry about it, and just step on it. I mean, bring it back to down to 100 here. Power you need. Let's see, if we go back to comfort mode, brings the engine RPMs down away, makes it quieter inside the cabin, and then even eco mode, everything goes blue. Super quiet in here now. I can't even hear the exhaust. The engine's very dull, very quiet. It's just gliding down the road. Wow. We choose sport mode and eco mode. Wow. Heads up display goes blue. There's now a counter. It's letting you know how much kilometers you're adding to your tank by being in eco mode. Just got a lot quieter in here. I can barely hear the road now. The engine is very dulled. I step on the accelerator, it's very slow to move forward. That eco mode is helping save as much fuel as possible. It's not giving the engine as much fuel. It's not accelerating as fast. Eco's all fun and dandy, but you know, I like sport the best. It seems when you put it into sport mode, the auto on-off engine button gets disabled. When you go back to comfort and eco, it comes back on, shuts the engine off at this red light here, so it's not using any fuel. When you go to sport, it starts back up. Interesting. This is a zippy little car. Just going past everybody. Wow. Like it's no big deal. Little 2-liter turbo engine that could. Horsepower and the torque on this car is definitely impressive. I don't see you needing any more power than that. And when you're looking for a car this size, you really don't need anything more than that. Shortcut to map. See BMW's new iSpeech. Hey BMW, navigate me to Parkview BMW.
Which one of these destinations should I select?
See if I can just click down there. If I want alternative routes, route preferences, put a route magnet in there. No, I think we're fine. Wow, so now on the heads-up display, it's telling me to turn right, and the LCD screen is telling me to turn right. Only thing I haven't got to test out yet is the stop and go cruise control. So why don't we test that out? We're gonna, middle button here, it's on, and we're going to set the speed limit at 51. Actually, no, I want to set it higher than that. Let's set it to 90. But now, this guy's in front of me, we're doing 36. As this guy accelerates, now we're picking up 36, 40. Right now I have it at a pretty far traveling distance, so if I wanted to shrink that traveling distance, so it's going to get closer to that car now. Now we're accelerating up to pace. Now if I change lanes, it's going to register that car. Now it's going to slow back down. Or say if I want more room, I want 4 lengths. Now it's slowing down, not accelerating, coasting until it gets that distance. Very cool. But we're here now, so time to pull in. Wow, I like this car. I love it a lot. This is a great car if you need a car that's you need to be a sedan. You don't want to take up too much room. You need more, but you don't need too much space. You know, the new 2 Series Gran Coupe. It's a great car. Let's check out the backup camera. I love the proximity sensors right there. Perfect. Now there was one thing that I forgot to show you guys earlier that I wanted to touch on really quickly. We gotta unhook the camera for that. So there's one thing about the trunk area that I didn't show you guys. Now, as I did mention, it is flat when you come in here. What you can also do with the trunk is fold it back and then tuck it away up there, just like that, and then you basically have a normal trunk. So you can use it either as a storage compartment or just fold it up fully out of the way and you have a deeper trunk. And there you go. Alright, I'm gonna go park it here. Let's get a look at that automated parking one more time. Alright, so I want to find a parking spot here. We're just gonna press the P button. What it's gonna do is gonna send signals out that way, looking for a parking spot. Okay. To start parking, come to a spot, select the space. To start parking, hands off steering wheel and release the brake. And there we go. You can see exactly where the car is heading into. Parks itself, puts the parking brake on, puts it into park. Nice and simple.
Alright guys, it's a little hard to hear because of the wind, but there's my walk around video of the M235i Gran Coupe. And there it is, automatically locking itself with the passive entry. Hope you guys enjoyed. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. If you liked what I had to share, please drop a like down below, as well as comment about what your favorite part of the vehicle was, and even what vehicles you want me to review in the future. Check out these links for other vehicle reviews and walkarounds, as well as please consider subscribing, as it does help my channel grow and helps me bring more content to you guys. Also, don't forget to ring that bell so that every time I drop a new video, you guys can come watch it. Thanks again, and see you next time.